Yay!
Yay! Yeah, I saw that.
Let's talk about the ending first.
Girl needs some vitamin C. I really liked this one, which is not the norm for me.
I must admit, though, towards the end, when he was going through all of his gates and grabbing his keys and stuff, I found myself, like, skipping a bunch of parts. Because I was like, I need to know what happens.
Yeah, you don't need to read that paragraph. Yeah, I would kind of get to the point where, oh, I know exactly what he's going to say in this diatribe about all this 80s stuff that I've been inundated with through the entire book. And I'm like, skip, skip, skip. Yeah. It was a nice refresher, you know, if you'd put the book down, but powering through it, I was like, skip, skip. But it was still a very fun read. I enjoyed myself.
Oh, yeah. That was a hard chapter to get through. Yes, I love that too. And I loved all the 80s references, all the movies that I had seen and like grew up with, and it was nice to know what they were talking about, you know, to know
it was
what was supposed
world.
To happen. Yeah, and I really liked that take on it.
Yeah, it was really nice to have something set in the future so technology could be more advanced and you can have a new ideal, but then to have all of these pop culture references that we're all so familiar with, and we're like, oh, I know exactly what he's talking about with that song.
Yeah. Oh, they haven't been able to hear me this whole time. I'm sorry, guys. I had my microphone turned off. I apologize. I'll get this down at one point.
That happens to the conversation.
I had gallbladder surgery and I didn't have it planned. Can I plead the fifth, please? I've even got my belly pillow.
You don't have to say a word. You've been muted the whole time.
my belly pillow has ears. Every time I cough, I can hug it.
Aww.
But yeah, sorry. I guess I can repeat what I guess I was just saying what y'all were saying, that I liked that it referenced all of our nerdy culture stuff. That was pretty cool. But that the first prologue part was hard to get through. That's all that I had said. That's all you missed for me.
It was a little slow to get into, but once they found the first key, that's when it really started to pick up for me.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I was like, okay, I can finish this in a couple of hours.
I'm trying to get my daughter to read it. She's really not into reading that much, and it wasn't until this summer when she started getting into manga and things like that, and I was like, well, you know, she really loves Sword Art Online, and I felt like this was a lot like that.
Definitely.
So I'm like, you're going to love this book. I'm like, you're going to have to just give me the first 2 chapters. Just get through those, and then you'll want to read it. But I can't get her to do it.
Yeah, I think that she really will. I love Sword Art Online, and like I said, if I had more time, I am going to finish it. But I just ran out of time. But yeah, I definitely thought it was a lot like that. And I was reading the part where he was, I might be wrong, because like I said, I didn't read all that much of it, but that there was an almanac or whatever, and like stuff he was like referencing that he studied. And I was like, dude, how cool would it be to like study that stuff? Like, oh, I'm in class like studying all this manga and anime and the history of Star Wars, and I'm like, what the crap? I would love to like, you know, have a class.
Well, it wasn't an actual. Well, was it a class?
I think it was just a book, right?
Yeah, it was like all the notes on what was his name? Halliday?
Yeah.
Azarath.
Yeah.
Azarok. And just to try to figure out this whole, like, where he would have hid the keys and stuff.
Yeah, basically he wrote this whole almanac with all of his theories and his favorite movies and games, and the gamers made that into their Bible. The things that, oh, this is what Halliday really, really liked, so this is what I should study the most to help me get hints to find these keys.
Oh, okay.
So I can find the eggs. So they all went crazy studying all of this 80s culture that he mentioned. So all of his favorite games, all of his favorite books, movies, just everything was in this book that he had written.
Did any of you, were you like reading the clues and trying to figure it out yourself based on your own like 80s trivia? Like, I'm like, no, I have no clue.
I'm the same way.
I knew that everything that they were going to mention was going to be the most obscure, random nonsense that I had ever heard of, and I didn't even bother.
Yeah, no, me neither. But I mean, I only got to the first key or whatever it was, but I really thought it was cool that how they were like referencing D&D. Like, what were the other two keys? Because I didn't get that far.
There was the jade key.
Do what?
There was the jade key.
Okay, what was that one about?
That was the one. That's not the one where that was War Games was the first one.
That was Black.
What was it?
Black Tiger, Black Dragon.
Oh yeah, that's right. And oh god, man, I just read it. Where was the key?
I'm like, I can't.
It was in a building.
It was
on the
it
was
like the 42nd floor.
It was from the movie Blade Runner?
Yeah, Blade Runner.
Oh,
He had to break into this building from Blade Runner and make his way up to the 42nd floor and find this random video game kiosk and beat it in one turn.
Which key was it that was in the Zork house?
That was the first key. That was the copper key.
Yeah.
I thought the first key was in that cave near his school.
Yeah, the first key was the cave.
The key was the gate.
Oh no, it was the gate. The gate.
Yeah,
okay.
Okay.
So the key for the jade key was in the Blade Runner building, and then the gate was in. Wasn't the gate in the sword? Oh my God, where?
Yeah, I think
the gate was on that planet. The gate was on that planet that they had surrounded.
Right.
Gosh.
I'm terrible with names. Like, as soon as I read them, they're gone.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I'm the same way. And I just read this yesterday, literally.
I apologize. We didn't announce who the fifth person is on call with us. You can't see her cam, but go ahead and introduce yourself if you want. She's from our book discussion.
Yeah, hi, I'm Anita. It's a little crazy over here.
On with us, Anita.
I don't dare have my camera or my my microphone keyed on all the time.
You're fine. So. You're fine. We've got some kiddos that are up and awake. Busty in the chat said, if you have time, I have a random topic for you to discuss. MUD or Mud games. Have any of you played any, and what are your thoughts on them?
I Googled it when somebody posted that OASIS link in the read the read group, I think, but I have no clue what a mud game is. I was like, oh, I don't know. I have no clue.
I might know what it is if I Google it, so let me Google it real quick.
A mud is a multi-user dungeon. It is basically where everybody logs into. It's kind of like an online chat D&D.
Is it a text-based game?
Yes.
Okay, I've actually played some of those before, but it's been a long time, like a long time.
Yeah, basically, it's literally a chat-based D&D where you have your quest master, your game master, types out all your stuff, or it could be pre-arranged where they actually have a small set of maps and stuff that you have to go through, and it's like an online very simple dungeon, very simple text-based dungeon.
I remember playing one, like, my cousin actually made one. I remember playing one my cousin made, and it was, like, very simple, like, turn left, like, you know, you have to type in the commands to turn left, and, oh, if you turn left, you see, it's like this big paragraph of all this stuff that you see, turn left, oh, I changed my mind, I want to go back, and then I want to turn right, or whatever, and then it ends up, you're dead. Start over. And I'm like, what the? But he did that, like, on purpose. Like you could easily die in any place, and you die by, like, very, like, hilarious random ways. But that's, I played the one he did, and then I did another one that was similar, but I think that's as far as I've gotten into one.
They referenced games like that in the book, and I remember thinking about the movie Big. You remember at the end when he was playing a text-based game, and he had to, like, how do you melt the ice wizard? It was and he finally figured it out as an adult. Do you remember? Does anybody remember this?
I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
Oh, what?
I know the movie. Yeah, I've seen
it. For shame, Meaghan.
I know, I'm so behind.
Anyway, that scene in the book I just kept going back to that movie, and because they were trying to market these comic books that were like that, these comic book video games, and you would type it in, and so it's just another 80s reference. If that movie was from the 80s, but like where, the technology back then was just so different from what it is now. Video games and such. It's like, it's crazy how much we've grown in just like 20 years' time.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I have a question for y'all and those that are in the chat. Because they talked about, he did talk about how the kids, like, after school, they get in, like, their little vehicles or hitch rides with friends, and they go to visit other, like, virtual worlds or whatever. If you could go visit another virtual world, like, they talked about, like, Star Wars and Firefly and stuff, which one would you visit?
Not Westeros.
No, not Westeros. I'd rather not be raped and murdered, thank you.
Yeah.
I think it would be fun to visit Lord of the Rings. Or
Rivendell.
Yeah.
Rivendell. Oh, like at the end where they get to Ogg's house and it's Rivendell. Or maybe like a Final Fantasy game. I think would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that one.
Something I know that I would survive being, not very powered up. Something that would be more fun,
Yeah, I was thinking Hyrule. The monsters aren't that bad in Hyrule.
Oh, Hyrule would be fun.
Lots of running.
Hey, the crazy Nexie. How are you doing tonight? I just asked if you could go to any virtual world, like after school or whatever, what would you go to? I think that I would probably go to an anime one and hang out with a bunch of random otaku crazy people.
Not that kind of anime, sorry.
Maybe I'll be safe there. Maybe I won't die there.
I'd probably go to like a Kingdom Hearts based world because I love Kingdom Hearts.
That would be cool.
Oh, that would be fun.
Oh my goodness, I would be in heaven. My Keyblade.
I have not played Kingdom Hearts. I know.
It's okay.
Oh, I just heard my
I feel
stomach.
sad. Very sad.
I'm sorry. I know that I have to. And I was so... I'm going to lose my nerd card over this, but like, we went to the Tampa Bay Comic Con, and I'm like, why are everybody carrying around those big keys? And my husband was like, oh my God.
Everybody's got that one thing. Like, if I was going to lose my nerd card over one thing, it would be I've never actually seen an episode of Doctor Who.
I was really scared in the discuss group today because somebody had mentioned Doctor Who and how she couldn't get into it, and I'm like, I agree. I couldn't get into it either, and prepare for the be gone.
Once Rose went away, I was like, I stopped watching Doctor Who. I just couldn't get back into it.
No,
I love Rose forever.
Forever.
And I know that this is off topic, but I am so disappointed with that whole series or that whole like storyline because the way I heard like with Doctor Who and Rose and the way that everybody was so brokenhearted about it, I thought she died. So, sorry to spoil that for anybody who hasn't seen it, but she doesn't die. So, like, I was relieved, and I was like, why is everybody so upset? She's still alive.
Oh, but they can't be together.
She's not gonna be.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
But I'm on the same boat too. We just happen to have a few of us in here that are on the same boat. Like I've seen it. I think I need to see more of it to get like really obsessed. But I think I have so much stuff I'm obsessing over that. Oh, Busty said that she'd like to go to like a claymation place.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That would be cool. Like the old claymation games.
I have to Google Neverhood because I don't know what that is.
I don't remember which one it was on Super Nintendo, but I played one on Super Nintendo, and like when you like punched them, they would go like their head would go back. But that was the earliest one I played. I don't remember the name of that one. Let me know. I've got Monster Cat playing in the background. Y'all let me know if it's too loud. I can turn it down if it's too loud in the stream.
So I was thinking about the whole OASIS thing and like where virtual reality is going and whether or not that's a real possibility. And I could see how you could get lost in something like that. Like you could just be logged into and like how do you feel about that? How would you do that? I mean, they're giving away the systems for free. You can be whoever you want. What would happen to the human race if you could just plug in and
I'd
be
never
whoever?
leave.
I would be sucked in all the time.
Have you ever seen WALL-E?
Yeah.
Yes, I love WALL-E.
Yeah, that's what would happen.
Yeah, no show.
It's true.
With our
It's so
Slurpees.
scary because I know that. I mean, like right now we could all just be hanging out in one room, you know, and it kind of feels like that because we talk so much during the day anyway. But like to actually become your avatar and like.
Well, I mean, that's why we kind of play MMOs anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that.
I would be totally sucked in.
Yep.
I feel like though when Oasis came out, humanity was kind of already on the decline though from what was happening like in the world with being overpopulated and not having enough food and wars and stuff.
Well, nobody can go anywhere because you have to pay $1 million for a gallon of gas. And
Hey, thanks for following. Thanks for following, Nexie. We appreciate it. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Oh, and Nexie just said the only thing that scares me about the Oasis is the possibility of getting killed while plugged in.
Yes, when that happened, I was so sad.
Oh, definitely.
Well, I mean, and you didn't die when you like if you died in game, you didn't die in real life.
No.
Right? Yeah.
No.
Because I mean,
You
like
just
there was
got-
that one particular character that did, but he was actually killed in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it
Shoko?
would be dangerous if it
Or was
was
that-
real.
That was Daito.
Yeah, I think so.
Because
Yeah.
One of the
Brother-
Samurai
Daito.
brothers.
Yeah.
I know a lot of us are like. Oh, sorry.
Did his brother ever get revenge? That's the part I didn't get to.
Okay.
Ever say?
It's at the very end.
Okay, well, you can just leave it at that. You can just leave it at that. Just tell me that yes.
Yeah, are
and
we
yes.
allowed to
I'll
discuss
finish
the
it.
end?
Kinda. Who was reading? Who was reading the end? Are they done yet?
Yeah.
I'm only about 75% into the book, but I don't mind if you ruin it for me because that doesn't bother me.
No, someone said they were at the very end. Who was
Yeah,
it?
do you guys mind if we discuss the end of the book, or, you know, do we want to leave that for no spoilers?
Very cuckoo clock.
Sorry, it goes off every 15 minutes.
Jeez, Megan.
I know, I'm so noisy tonight.
Oh, so I actually found while we're waiting for them to respond, a little wiki. The first gate was on Lodos, and you had to play as Matthew Broderick in the movie War Games. The second gate was on Frobaz, where you had to play Black Tiger. And the third gate was the Crystal Key on his main hub.
And where were all the keys located?
I remember the first key was on Lotus. The Jade key you had to get from the building after.
But was that was on a different planet, right?
Yes.
Because there was something on, what was it, Zoc or something? They said.
Zork.
Zerk?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Zerk,
the Jade
yeah.
Key, I think, yeah, you got from collecting all the trophies and blowing the whistle for the captain.
Yeah, that was a great clue because my husband and I had just been talking about that, whole Captain Crunch and that whistle. And
yeah, I love that he just goes up to the box and goes, hey, look, a whistle.
They're talking about the second book that's coming out, and I think yeah, it's either June or July. I thought it was in July, but Nexie said June. I'm not sure which one it is, but it'll be out this year. The second one.
There's a second one?
Yeah, are y'all gonna read it?
Oh, I guess
yes.
probably.
Yeah, I'll
I hate incomplete series.
I know you do.
I'm gonna have to read it.
Yeah, Darth, there is a release date. I actually saw it earlier. Let me look that up right quick. If anybody else. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it was either June or July 15th.
Just read June.
While we're looking that up, I had another question for the OASIS. If it was real, what do you think you guys would use it most for? Because they were talking about a lot of people use it for like shopping and businesses. Would you use it for shopping, businesses, like social, kind of like what we're doing right now, like being in a chat room with your buddies and just like, hanging out, or actually gaming, like leveling up your avatar?
What were those? Were they called Gunthers? Is that what
Gunters?
they're...
Gunter?
Yeah, I probably totally would have been a Gunter if I was like in that movie. I totally connected with, is her name Artemis?
Artemis.
Right? Yeah, I was like, oh, that would totally be like the type of person I probably would be in the OASIS.
See, I don't know because I'm not very competitive, and I think the idea of, I would become obsessed with finding it first, which would make me really anxious and just give me bad anxiety, which would mean I could not do it. So I would probably just be, I would like to think that I would be one of the guilds that helped fight the Sixers versus like looking for the egg.
I think I would probably use the OASIS to travel the world as it was, before all the shitstorm happened. Should I not say that word? Sorry.
Fine.
Before all of the bad things happened to the world, I'd travel the world and then visit all of those worlds that people brought to life from books, like as we mentioned, Rivendell or things like that.
Oh,
just
I like that.
Walk around.
I like that.
See, recreate those journeys, and but. Like Tonya, I would have terrible anxiety if I left my avatar to 99 and then die.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of planets are PvP, and I hate PvP.
Oh my god.
I think I'd be too nervous on a PvP planet.
I would be terrified on a PvP planet. I would hide behind a tree, and that would be the end of it.
I'll protect you, ladies. Come in.
I want to be the type of person who would level my character and like be this badass fighter and stuff. Like what was her name? His name, Ake. How did you pronounce his name? But I wouldn't. I know I wouldn't. I'm too spoiled in Minecraft. Like, I have godlike powers in Minecraft, and I like that. I could be a game master, but...
Like, I get scatterbrained when I get stressed. I forget that I have abilities and buttons that I can push.
Oh my god, you should watch me play an MMO.
You've got that one item that's like your holy crap button, and I would forget about it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, wait, I just died. I was level 98, getting ready to hit 99, and I died and forgot that I had this like super mega ultra zoid in my inventory that could have saved my life.
Sharky said that they'd probably use OASIS for socializing and gaming because they're stuck with kids at home, so it'd be nice to have an adult life on OASIS. I agree with that.
Yep.
And then Dart said...
But would you be able to limit yourself? I was just thinking that, like, would you put a headset on your kids too and have them with you? Because I know I don't want to do that.
It would be hard. And then
I would have to get them their own rig.
Right, you get your own.
Far away from
Do they have a daycare world where we can put our kids?
I'm sure they
Well,
do.
they do, don't they? Didn't they talk
They
about
had
that
like
in
the
beginning?
libraries. My brother says hi. Sorry.
Hello, brother.
Hello, brother.
They say hi.
More just waving and shooting.
What?
It's more just waving and shooting.
Oh.
Oh, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Never
and then
mind.
Dart said they would do the exploring
Same
too.
thing here.
Yeah, because I've never had money. It would be.
I'm streaming live.
Seems like it would be easier to travel in the Oasis than it would like the real world. But yeah,
It would be
PvP
nice.
zones.
I mean, to just hit up a teleport and bam, you're in Bermuda. Bam, you're in London. Bam, you're in
Definitely.
Paris.
Yeah, but
just
talk
takes
about
just takes money. Yeah. IAPs of the future.
Somebody
Well-
just took their pants off.
What?
Jeez.
Well, we
always
know what
somebody.
Meaghan would use the Oasis for.
We'll let you go the Oasis on that one. What else did I have over here?
Well,
Oh yeah, we kind
I
of
don't
talked
see
about
that anybody has said that
We can't.
no talking about the end of the book. So I
Yeah,
will
go ahead.
say that Shoto no does not really get revenge. He actually gets pwned pretty bad.
Oh
Oh,
man.
Yeah. The big bad guy actually activates Mecha Godzilla and kills him.
bummer.
Oh, that sucks.
Mecha Godzilla. At the end of actually, I was really proud of myself. I did get the one game reference when he mentioned the red star with the circle. Rush. Yeah, that one I got. But once you get that key, you were given a line of mechs that you got to choose from. And yeah, he did not choose a mech that could handle Mecha Godzilla and was crushed. Actually, he exploded. Sorry.
Oh goodness.
I think the only thing I really knew it had a purpose for was that coin he won at the beginning, and it didn't have any. It was
Yeah,
just
I had no
fine,
idea what that was for.
I was
I
I know.
it had to be something.
Yeah.
As soon as they all whatever, I knew. I was like, oh, that's where the coin's gonna come into play
Yes.
right now.
That's the only thing. I was like, yes, I called it.
Nexie asked, did anyone catch all the errors in the book?
Like what?
Errors?
Heck no, I
Like-
didn't.
No, I think I was reading too fast.
I think
Yeah.
I might have been reading too
Too
fast
fast.
too.
Oh, interesting.
Let's see. So I'm late. Anyone else think how do you say his name? H could have been a
H.
bad guy.
The whole
It's literally the letter H. At the end of the book, she says her mom called her H. So
H. I get it.
Oh, got
Just
it.
very
I got it.